Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a final update for my rolling project pan. So it's not the finale yet, but it is the final update. I'm going to pull this project all the way until the end of the year, but we are going to do one last update today and let you know where I'm standing with my products. This project is one that I do every single year where I try to finish up products. So I only have finished goals. I don't have any hit pan goals, any usage goal, nothing like that. This is purely finish goals in this project. Of course, I do think there's a couple of products in here this year that I'm not going to be able to finish, especially now because we only have 1 month left. But I'm still really excited with where my products are today, and I'm still hopeful that I can finish a few of them at least before the finale. So I'm going to jump straight into the update, but before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I always start off with the product that's been in the longest in the project. So we're going to start off with this eyeshadow right here, which comes from Glam Shop. This one is the single shadow in the shade Turbo Mielka, which is this beautiful iridescent shade. As you can see, it already had pan on it at the beginning of the year. I did actually work on this one last year as well, so I did have some good headway, but again, it's been in for the whole year so far. So it is, like I said, an iridescent shade, and it goes from a beautiful kind of like bluish turquoisey kind of shade into like a purple and a pink. It's super stunning. I've used it a lot as an inner corner highlight and as a topper shade, and also on my nails, and it's been super fun to reach for. There's been better months than others. Some months I didn't use it at all. I think it's actually only 1 month that I didn't use it at all. But overall, it's been a really nice, consistent shadow throughout the year for me. And this is what it looked like at the last update. As you can see, then it had a very, very little amount left in it. And I was hoping to finish the shadow in the past month. And since that update, I have used this one 8 additional times. And this is what it looks like today. And as you can see, I was able to finish the shadow. I'm so excited to have another empty, especially because it is an eyeshadow empty. They're so satisfying to finish. And I'm a little bit sad because I did actually really love this shadow. But the reason why I decided to pan it is because I have a lot of similar shadows in my collection. So it's not going to be too much of a loss, even though I did really enjoy working on it throughout the year. So yeah, we do have 1 empty product, as you can see. I'm really, really happy with that. It's a beautiful shadow, or it was a beautiful shadow, but overall I'm just happy that I have an empty. The next product that I have is also an eyeshadow, and that one is my Burberry single shadow in the shade Rosewood, which looks like this. And this one also had pan on it at the beginning of the year, I believe. And it's a shadow that I use basically every single shade because I use this one as my eyebrow powder. It works really, really well for that. It's such a beautiful shade, and it has like this kind of purpley taupe undertone, which works really well for my hair. So it's been a joy to reach for. So because I do use it in my eyebrows, I have a really, really high usage every single month. So the progress on this is really satisfying to follow. I've been between, I think the lowest I've had is 28 uses, 27 uses, and then the highest I've had is like 36. So I do use this one a lot every month, like I said, and there's no difference this month, but I'm not there quite yet. But yes, you can see. Again, maybe I'll show you now what it looked like last month. And I actually did end up repressing the shadow then because I did a repressing video and I felt like it was getting a bit harder to get around the edges. So I decided to repress it. So you will see that now what it looked like. So again, I have been continuously using this one since. And this is what it looks like today. So as you can see, I have re-hit pan, and I've hit quite a large pan as well, which I'm excited about. It took me only 3 uses to hit pan after repressing because it is quite shallow in here, and that's also why the pan has expanded so much. But I have in total used this one 28 times in the past month. So yeah, I'm really happy with this product, and you can see how big the pan is now. This is one that I'm hoping that I can finish before the end of the year, but I'm not sure if I will now because looking at like how much is left, I'm not sure there's only 1 month of product left. I think there might be more like 2 months left, which is a little bit of a shame. We'll see how far I can get with this one. And again, it would be nice to finish it because it would be another eyeshadow empty for the year. But yeah, I have mentioned before maybe starting to use it on my eyes and stuff like that. But people have said if you really do enjoy it on your eyebrows, why rush to finish it just because we are like hitting a milestone, like end of the year kind of thing. And I think that's right. And I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it nearly as much on my eyes. So I probably will just keep using it in my eyebrows. And if it rolls into next year, then it will roll into next year, and that's fine. But yeah, for now, I'm really happy with the progress on this shadow. So those are the only 2 products I have been in since the beginning of the year now. The rest of them has been in for way less. So the next product I actually have in here, but it's not a Stila convertible color. It's actually my Pat McGrath under eye setting powder. in the shade medium, which has been in for 6 months. So you can see what it looks like when I roll it in. I did repress it in here and started using it at that point. And I was able to pan on it in the first month, and since then I have of course expanded the pan. So this is a product that I use mainly as a touch-up powder, and it's a little bit deep for me now, so I don't use it as much, but I have used it a couple times every month. Again, I've been between like 3 and 10 uses, so not the highest, but it's still a product that I get some use out of, and because it is repressed and also because it's quite shallow in here, the pan still continuously expands even with those like few uses. So it is a product that I ideally want to finish this year, and I think I should be able to. Looking at the product, this is what it looks like last month. So I did have, again, quite a big pan, but there's still a decent amount of product left in here too. And since then I have reached for it 3 additional times, and this is what it looks like today. So there is, again, quite a large pan, and I'm seeing the end of this product, but there is still a lot of product left, considering I only have reached for it 3 times each in the last 2 months. But yeah, I'm going to push through with this one. And like I said in previous updates, I'm very determined to finish this product. So even if it means that I have to use this one every single day and not use it as a touch-up powder, I will go ahead and start doing that, because again, I am very determined to get this out. And I do think if I use this one in my like everyday routine, I know this one would be out within like a week or 2. So that is my powder here, and again, that is what it looks like. So it's a really, really beautiful powder. Why I use it as a touch-up powder is because it's so beautiful on the skin, and it's very smoothing as well. So it's beautiful that way, and it doesn't like look weird over like oily skin, or if I get a little bit of like, yeah, reflection, like even now. Like I could use this one because it's very mattifying and very smoothing. So it is really stunning, but again, it's been harder to use because it is so deep for me now. But I'm definitely gonna keep using it, and I think I might start using it just as like my everyday morning setting powder, especially on like the perimeter of my face, and that way I should have it out before the finale. The next product that I have is this one right here, which has been in for 5 months. This is the Impossible Glow Highlighting Drops, which is actually a really, really beautiful product. I rolled this one in summer to try to get some use out of. I actually had this one in my deck of panning prior to this, where I used it I think 30 times, and I wanted to keep using it in this project, but I realized that I don't reach for this one as much now when we are out of summer. So it is a little bit of a slow like moving product, and actually I haven't used this one at all in the last 2 months. I have decided to not kind of focus on this one until next summer, because I do like it so much on like my shoulders and collarbones and stuff when I have more skin exposed. So that's how I'm going to use it next summer, and I know for a fact that I can have this one out really, really fast that way. This one was brand new at the beginning of the year, and it's also relatively new. I think I got it in my advent calendar last year, so it's not even a year old. Well, it's about a year old now, because I'm going to start using my advent calendar soon from Cult Beauty. So it's not like I'm in a rush to finish it. I just want to get it out, because this kind of product is not something that I reach for every single day. But I have kind of decided to put a break on this one, so it's kind of in the project still, but I'm not really using it, so no progress here. Next up, we have another eyeshadow. I do have quite a few eyeshadows in this project, and that one comes from my old Panda palette. This is my Panda palette from 2023, at least for the last 6 months of the year, and I had 3 eyeshadows left in this palette when I rolled it into this year, so like remaining from last year. And I'm currently trying to work on one of them, which is the 6th shade in the palette, which looks like this. So this is a shadow that is really, really stunning, and it's like this mauve tone shade. I honestly haven't had best progress on it in the first couple of months. I didn't use it at all in the first month, and then I had like 1 or 2 uses in a couple months leading up after that. But I have stepped up my usage game in the last month, so before I get into that, you will see kind of what it looks like before that point, and this is what it looked like last month. Again, at that point, I only reached for the shadow 3 times, but I have really been using this one a decent amount with other shadows that I'm panning, and I've reached for it 7 additional times, and this is what it looks like today. So I'm hoping there's going to be some decent pan expansion. I think there is. Again, I have used this one quite a bit, and whenever I use it in quite a large capacity, so I do think it's moving quite quickly. This is ideally a shadow that I would like to have out before the end of the year, but I'm not sure if I can get there. Again, we only have 1 month left, and I do have other eyeshadows that I want to pan too. But yeah, that is what the shadow looks like today. It is a stunning shadow, and it would be nice to have that out, because that would mean that I only have 1 shade left in here, which I could try to finish next year, and then that palette would be completely finished. But yeah, we'll see. For now, of course, this one is staying in, and we'll see how far I can get with it in the finale or in the last month leading up to the finale. Alright, so we have another product that's been in basically on and off throughout the year. Well, kind of been in since the beginning of the year, but I've been working on different products in here, and that is my Sleek Solstice palette, which is a highlighting palette. And currently I'm reaching for the second shade in the palette. However, I have made Franken shades with this one, so you will be looking at now the first Franken shade that I did with this palette, which I have since used up. I used it up within 2 months. And how I make that Franken shade is with my Panda palette. I'm reached for the shade Glistening first to make that first Franken shade, but you can see this is what it looked like last month, so it was finished. Since then, I did make another Franken shade, and I used the shade Fairy also for my Panda palette, and that is what this shade looked like. So since that point, I have been able to reach for this Franken shade 27 times. And this is what it looks like today. So there is a big movement on this shadow. It is not obviously done yet, but I have used up majority of it. And I think this one can be done within like maybe a week and a half. So not too much if I use it every single day. And then once that's done, I need to continue tackling that initial highlighter. I actually haven't reached for that main purpley tone highlighter at all, because it's just too stark for me, I feel like, on my skin tone. So that's why I use it in my Franken highlighters instead. But yeah, I really do like that Franken shade, and it's been super nice to reach for. It is also the highlight that I'm wearing today on my skin. So I might have to go back to my collection to see if I can find a similar shade to Franken that highlighter with. And again, I'm not sure if I can finish this one. It would be nice to have out, but yeah, there's quite a lot of that purple highlight left, so we'll see if I can get through it or not before the finale. The next product that I have has been in for 3 months, and that is a blush. I decided to roll in my Max Factor blush in the shade Gorgeous Berries, which looks like this. It is a bit of a deeper blush, so it's been a bit more tricky to reach for, but ideally I want to finish this one up and have out. Overall, these products don't have too much product in them. I finished up one of these earlier this year in the shade Lovely Pink, but that one was much of a lighter shade, so it was way easier to like get out. So this one has been a bit more tricky, but you can see what it's been looking like, and this is what it looked like last month. Since that point, I have been able to reach for this blush 8 additional times, and this is what it looks like today. I honestly don't know if you're going to see much of a difference. I do feel like it's flattening out a little bit, but I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. It is one that I ideally again wanted to have out this year, but I don't think I'm going to get there, which is absolutely fine, because I actually already finished up 3 blushes this year, which is amazing for me. So I think this one is going to roll over to next year, so I can try to finish it then instead. This is what it looks like now. Again, as you can see, it is getting, well, hopefully you can see, maybe there you can see that it's getting quite flat. So there is definitely good movement on this blush, but it's not one that I reach for every single day because it is so impactful. I'm wearing it today, but I'm mixing it with other things because it is very, very intense on its own. So it is a beautiful product, but yeah, it's moving slower. So we'll see how far I can get with it. Whatever continuously use I can get on this one in the next month, that would be amazing. And then I feel like it probably will roll over to next year. Probably will include it in the products I want to finish next year as well. But yeah, of course, for now it's staying in. And then the last couple of products have rolled in for the last like month or two, and all of these are more like prep products. I feel like these are products that I know that I won't be able to finish this year, but I'm kind of getting some progress on because I want to finish them next year. And the first one is my Chanel powder. This is the powder, what's it called? Natural Finish Pressed Powder in the shade 40 Translucent 3. And this is what it has been looking like. It is a little bit deep for me, so I'm struggling a little bit with it to use it just because I can't use it all over my face just because it is that kind of deeper shade. But I have used it quite consistently anyway. I use it on the perimeter of my face, and this is what it looked like last month. I used it 32 times in the first month, and in the past month I reached for it a lot as well. Not as high, but I still have 29 additional uses on it. So this is what it looks like at that point, and I'm really happy with the progress that I'm making on this. This has a humongous dip in it, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit pan on this before the finale or not. That would probably be my ultimate goal. But yeah, this one also has a lot of product in it, like gram wise. So we might not get there, but I'm really, really happy with the dip in this product. So really happy with the use on this one. I do get quite a high amount of use on this product, and hopefully, I don't know if I will be able to show you just how deep that dip is. I don't know, can you see? Maybe there you can see. I think you can see there how deep it is. It is absolutely humongous, but this product has, what is it? 15 grams of product, which is probably the biggest powder that I've ever tried to pan. So it is definitely I know this one is an expensive product. I got this one for my boyfriend actually for Christmas, but it's worth it, I guess, because of the amount of gram that's in here. But we'll see if I'm able to pan on this one or not. I did remove some hard pan on this one last month, but there is again some hard pan, so I might take that off with tape and keep using it. But yeah, again, I know I'm not going to finish this product this year. It was on my list of products I wanted to finish, but I know that I won't get there. But whatever progress I can make, I will try to do so, and then I will try to finish it fully next year instead. So then we have 2 more products left, and both of them were rolled in last month. The first one is my Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer in the shade C0, which is a white shade. So this one I don't use on my face, of course, because it is white. Well, I guess you could for like a mixer or something like that. But I use this one as an eyeshadow primer, and that's what I've been doing for the last, I don't know, 6 months anyway. But this product, I do think I want to try to finish next year because it is quite old. So I rolled into this year to both track it and also to just get a head start on this one for next year. So I'm really happy with this one because I can feel like I can see that there's like a little bit of product in here. Anytime I get the wand out now, there's less product on here. There's of course still a lot of product left, and I'm trying to see through it at all, but I can't. There's no windowing or anything yet. I do feel like I'm going to have to take the stopper out, and when I do, there's going to be a ton of product left at that point. But in the past month, I have been able to reach for this one 27 times, which I'm super happy with. I'm just going to continue doing that. I'm going to continue using it as much as I can, and hopefully have quite a high amount of usage again for next updates. And we are in a similar kind of situation with the last product, which is my Becca Under Eye Corrector in the shade Light to Medium. This is another one that I want to finish up next year just because I already have a backup of this product. So I want to get this specific one out, which is open. And this is a product that I use underneath my eyes, like underneath my concealer, to add like another layer of kind of correction, which means that I use less concealer as well. I haven't used this one quite as much, but I still have a really, really high amount of use on this one. Since that point, I have reached for this one 25 times, and this is what it looks like now. So again, don't know if you can see any difference or not. I'm really happy with the consistent use. I obviously don't have pan on it or anything yet, but I am really happy with where this one is sitting. So of course that one is staying in as well. And again, I know that I'm not going to finish this one before the end of the year, but I'm just going to try to get as much use on it as I can. So that is all of the products that I'm working on in this project. I have one empty, which is my eyeshadow from Glam Shop, which I'm super excited about. But since we are in the last month of the year, I'm not going to roll anything else in. The main reason for that is because I know if I roll something else in, I'm not going to be able to finish it. I'm just going to have another product that I'm going to get like progress on, which I don't think is going to be helpful. So I'm just going to give myself a break and continue with 9 products instead of 10 for the last month. But regarding the products that I'm hoping to finish before the finale, the ones that I might be able to, I'm going to push my very best for these are my Sleek Sauces palette to finish up. Well, I guess both of these highlighted, both the Franken and the regular one. That would be the first one. We have my Goal Obsession palette. I would like to finish up that shadow right there. That would be another goal. We also have my Burberry eyeshadow. Again, I don't think I'm going to be able to get there, but I'll try. So that would be the next one that I'm trying to focus on to finish. Hopefully I can get close to it at least. And then the final product would be my Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder. This one I'm pretty confident that I can finish. It's definitely the one out of the 4 that I am the most confident that I can actually finish. So those are all of the products and my goals for next month. With everything else, I'm just going to try to get as much use as I can. And that way I can get a head start for next year. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are. And I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.